Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Yeah, I just had to, unfortunately, set through Sean Hannity, Rush Limbaugh, and Huckabee. That was pretty excruciating. Talk about three fucking idiots. Hannity, Limbaugh, and Huckabee. You know, I knew Huckabee was a big fucking sellout. I knew Huckabee was a fucking sellout when he had the debates with Trump, and the fucker, the first thing he gets on and has to brag about wearing a Donald Trump tie and what a good guy Donald Trump is. You know, this is one of the fucking sellouts, is Huckabee. Now he's got his, his mind-numb daughter as the press secretary. You know, must stand up and argue with everybody. I mean, you could stick an elephant in her face and she'd argue it wasn't there. You know, that's what you got with her. I mean, I think Spicer was bad. She's 10 times worse. I mean, take the obvious, stick it right in her face, and she'll argue that it's not there. And that somehow, no matter what Trump does, he's walking on water. I mean, man, that gets really, really sickening. And then to listen to a big fucking hypocrite like Limbaugh. That fucker is the biggest hypocrite. You know, I actually used to listen to Limbaugh. And then all this time he's talking about getting tough on drugs. Oh, we need more tougher drug laws, and we need to incarcerate people longer. And these they need to go on forever. The same time the fucker's using drugs. You know, Oxycontin. What a fucking hypocrite. And I thought at that time, I said, nobody is ever going to listen to this guy again. He's such an asshole and such a hypocrite. Nobody will listen to Limbaugh again. He's completely ruined his credibility. And that fat, I'm not going to say fat because that's what everybody calls him. That ugly fuck is still on the fucking radio. I mean, how in the world can anybody watch that guy and give him any credibility after everything he's done? So anyway, I want to make a point tonight. And I want to make a point about this. I read on the internet that somebody that served with Pat Tillman, which is a true patriot, was Pat Tillman. And if you don't know who Pat Tillman is, look him up on the internet. He was an NFL football player, played at Arizona State University. And my sons went to school at Arizona State University. So there was I saw a lot of stuff about Pat Tillman in that Tempe area. And Pat Tillman was a stud. Make no mistake, Pat Tillman was a stud. He was a stud football player, and he was a stud guy, and he was a true patriot. And one of the guys that served with Tillman as an Army Ranger, said that Tillman would be taking a knee right now. Because Tillman he looked at people more than he looked at symbols. And anybody that you study or read about in military, they're always, when they tell you that the chips are down and things are tight, the guy next to him is the guy that they're fighting for. More so than the flag, more so from the country. They're fighting with the guy that's right next to him, the guy that's in it with him. And that's what these players are doing. You know, they're fighting for the guy next to him. They're fighting for the First Amendment. And don't even fucking go there with this fucking idea that this is some sort of patriot thing. It's not a patriot thing. That's what they're trying to make the argument into. It's not about patriotism. Those guys that are taking a knee are probably every much as a patriot, as more so than all these assholes like Trump and Huckabee and Sean Hannity and all these people. These guys are standing up for an injustice. Whether you believe it or not, they're standing up for something. And that's what the First Amendment's all about. The First Amendment's about being able to say what you think without being arrested. Freely be able to speak about the things you think. Freely be able to exercise your rights and your opinions. Be able to freely assemble. Everybody forgets about the assembly part of the First Amendment, the right to assemble, the right to peacefully demonstrate. These are all parts of the First Amendment, of which Donald Trump is railing against right now. He's against the fucking First Amendment. The reason the guy's against the First Amendment, because it doesn't fit his agenda. It doesn't fit who he is. He's a bully and he's a pig. And you know, he's against some people being able to speak out against it. And that's why he hates the First Amendment, and that's why he's trying to frame this NFL one knee issue as a First Amendment, as a patriot issue. It's not a patriot issue. It's not a patriot issue. And anybody that believes that has got to really think hard about it. These guys are not saying anything anti-American. They're saying it's not anti-American. They're pro-American. They're trying to speak out about injustices that they're hoping to remedy, hoping to make better by speaking out in a public a public forum, a public arena, which they should be able to do. The right to assemble, the right to have assembly. That's all part of the First Amendment, and it's not a patriotic thing. The patriot thing is to stand up for what you believe and to do it non-violently and to do it peacefully. That's the First Amendment, and that's what these guys are doing. And Donald Trump's trying to make it out to be that these guys should be fired, that they're sons of bitches. I mean, I get a kick out of that fucking Huckabee. I mean, that asshole sits there, and the lady on Fox News said tonight, I don't even know who she is because I can't stand Fox News, but she said, shouldn't we be talking about, and this guy's supposed to be some sort of pastor. I don't know if he is or not. I don't know what the fuck he is. An idiot, that's what he is. But anyway, he's supposed to be some sort of pastor, some sort of a preacher. But anyway, he used to be governor of Arkansas. But anyway, the commentator was asking him about Trump calling the players sons of bitches. Son of a bitches. Let's just all fucking say it. Everybody's afraid to fucking say it on TV. It's son of a bitches, people. Sons of bitches. Son of a bitches. Son of bitches. Son of a bitches. He said, Trump gets up and says it, gets a big fucking smirk on his face and turns around with a big smile on his face like he should be patted on the head because he just said sons of bitches. But that fucking Huckabee gets on Fox News tonight and can't even say it. He can't even say it. He can't even say that Trump shouldn't have said that. He can't even, the asshole, hypocrite, who's got his daughter in as a press secretary in the White House because of his ass kissing of Donald Trump, can't even say that Trump shouldn't have been saying son of bitches. He couldn't even say the words. He couldn't even address the issue. She asked him, and he completely sidestepped it, wouldn't talk about it, and talked about something totally different that made no sense at all. Man, these people are nuts. They're absolutely nuts. And I'm telling you, man, you talk about losing the Second Amendment, you do not want to lose the First Amendment. You do not want to lose the First Amendment. I'm exercising the First Amendment right now. Everybody that says anything, and let me tell you, the first way to fucking ruin a country isn't by standing on one knee and protesting brutality. The quickest way to lose the country is by losing the First Amendment. That's the quickest way to lose the country is the First Amendment. And that's what Donald Trump's trying to do. He's trying to destroy the First Amendment. And he's destroying the First Amendment by the way he's framed this argument and the way he's made people believe this is about patriotism. It's not about patriotism. If a patriot like Pat Tillman would take a knee, of which his buddies that were Rangers said he would, because Tillman was more over people over substance. If he'd take a knee, it's not a patriotic issue. Believe me, it's not a patriotic issue. So anyway, I appreciate you watching. Thanks very much.